Hello, SynGAPian. My name is Michael Graglia. This is episode 188 of the CURE SYNGAP1 podcast. Today is Sunday, November 9th, year 2025, 46th week of the year. I want to talk about one thing today, Unlock Their Tomorrow. That is the name of our year-end fundraising campaign. Unlock Their Tomorrow. Why? Why did we pick Unlock Their Tomorrow? Did just ChatGPT told us to do that? No. We actually had a huge debate about this. There were some crazy names floating around. But I got to tell you, Unlock Their Tomorrow is based on the insight that our kids are in there. Their beautiful souls in those beautiful, healthy bodies are stuck with locked up brains, and they've got so much aggression and fury and frustration and seizures that we can't connect with our beautiful children, and we need to unlock their tomorrow by helping address this disease with better medicines, better interventions, and get our kids back, right? As your kids get older, it feels like they go more and more farther away, and we want to unlock their tomorrow. We want our children back. We want to cure SynGAP1. Why are we doing this campaign now? Well, it's November 9th, guys. It's the end of the year. Frankly, we're about 2 weeks behind. I'm about 2 weeks behind. So we need to kick off this campaign with a fury. And this is the time of year when people are counting their blessings and people write their checks. They know where they sit for the year, what they can afford to spend, and they give. So this is when Cure SYNGAP1 goes to every single family, and we ask you to go to everybody you know and raise money for Cure SYNGAP1. We have done a lot this year. We've built up the staff. We have expanded ProMMiS. We've done amazing science grants. I think I've got multiple press releases I still need to sign off on, but we're just starting, guys. I want every single family to give, not only to give, but also to solicit your friends. I know it's a tough time. I realize that there's a lot of confusing things happening and the economy is a little uncertain. I get all of that. I also understand that your friends have other causes and that your friends, most of them don't have a SynGAPian, but I still want you to give, and I still want you to ask all your friends to give. Why? Well, first of all, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? You don't know who is just waiting for someone to ask them for a donation. I know that might sound crazy, but it's actually not. It doesn't hurt to ask. But also remember, donors don't just write checks blindly to whoever you tell them to. They say, well, tell me about that. Why would I give to this? What do they do? So even if it's a small donation, the impact on their awareness of this disease can be huge. And that alone really helps you, because then you're going to your friends, you're saying, hey, my kid has this terrible disease and it's curable and there's this organization working on it, and I want you to help support them because they're doing great work. And then they say, wait, your kids, what? Tell me about the disease. Tell me about the cure. Tell me about the science. And that is a great opportunity to enlist friends into this cause with us. I want you to go to the Champions of Hope page, guys. I want you to go to our website, type Champions of Hope, and this is where we list donations by kid. And then if I just look at the families who have given or raised $50,000 or more for a given kid, because basically it's each donor who's given a certain amount of money, and it's the kid over to aggregate, and it's the kid that they donated for. And I just look at all the kids' names from the top to $50,000 plus. It's Tony, it's Myla, it's Hattie, it's Jansen, it's Kai, it's Sophia, it's Kaylie, and it's Gracie in Australia, right? 8 kids. And I realize a lot more than 8 families have given, and there's a lot of people at the 10,000 and 5,000, 1,000 level, and I'm grateful for all of them. But people, I think, get distracted by the families who are doing these big fundraisers like Suzanne Jones and her incredible fundraisers. Like, they're like, oh, Suzanne's got this. No, guys, we can't count on a handful of families to carry this organization, right? We have to all lean in and raise what we can, because this organization is just getting started, and we need to get as effective, as efficient, and as large as possible to help all these families with SynGAP1. I do think these families understand something that everyone else might have missed, so I'm going to spell this out for you. Cure SynGAP1 is here for the long run, unlike anybody else you could give a check to right now. I'm glad you're supporting schools, horses, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever the thing you're supporting, church, whatever, great, supporting all those things. But the only people asking you for money right now that are still going to be fighting, understanding, and fighting for your kid in 5, 10, 50 years is Cure SynGAP1, right? Take it from me. Tony had a great school experience last year. Wonderful non-public school. Ashley and I were so happy. We gave them a nice big donation. This year, Tony had a med change. Tony got dysregulated. Tony beat up staff for a couple weeks, and they beat him out. Bye-bye. Thanks for your money. Thanks for your support. Tony's too hard. Bye-bye. And now Tony's been home for over a month, almost 2 months. Thanks for nothing, Helix. Okay? Schools, preschools, public schools. When your kids get too hard, they kick your kid out. Some horse places, oh, I'm sorry, he kicked an instructor. It's not safe. He's mean to other kids. Bye-bye. 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 Cure SynGAP1 will not kick you out of the community or stop working to find a cure for your kid just because your kid punches me in the face. I get punched in the face by a SynGAPian all the time. I'm totally cool with it. And I understand they're not bad kids. It's their illness. Cure SynGAP1 is not going to give up on your family or your kid no matter what. But everyone else who people are supporting right now have this much patience for behaviors and challenges. And as your kid gets bigger and older and stronger, the behaviors and the challenges are going to get worse. So please understand that the people who have the most sympathy and empathy for SynGAP1, the best understanding for SynGAP1, and the ones who are going to fight for your child for the rest of your life and theirs is Cure SynGAP1. And that's one of the reasons you should support us. Let me just talk about the tentacles for a hot minute. It's super important. We could not have made this easier. Working with a great new platform right now. It takes 5 minutes to build your own fundraiser. You go in, you click, make a fundraiser, boom, 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 upload a picture, and then you can send an email to friends, family, coworkers, church associates, kids, sports teams, whatever. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's essential to give people a chance to support our work. You can donate online, curesingap1.org/unlock. We take credit card, PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, Apple Pay, all the pays. You can actually, with your phone, you can just text unlock to 71777. 71777. And guess what? You'll get a link and you'll be able to donate. You can also mail a check the old-fashioned way, Cure SynGAP1, P.O. Box 515734. Like anyone's going to remember that in LA, California, 90051. That's our special P.O. Box just for donations. You send it there, it goes right into the bank. We get a copy. It's beautiful. But we have built an entire system here to make it so easy for anyone and everyone to donate. And I really encourage you to make a donation. Real quick, I got 3 minutes left. I just want to talk about two things. People say, well, wait, Mike, why are we working so hard? I mean, CAMP4 is going to clinical trial. Aren't we done? No, there's 3 reasons. Count, clock, and unknowns. The count, a clinical trial phase 1-2 is going to have, I don't know, 50 or less patients probably. I don't know the numbers. Worldwide. So let's assume it's 50, which might be high. That will be 12 patients in the U.S. And after phase 1-2 is done, pending a miracle, like everyone gets better and we can run to the FDA, then we have to go to phase 3, maybe 100, maybe 200. I have no idea. What is that in the U.S.? 25, 50, 75 patients? How many do we have in the U.S. right now? 500. So, and that's going to be in a year or 2 or 3. So without putting too fine a point on it, CAMP4 bringing an ASO to trial is a huge milestone and gets us to a brighter future. But in the short run, guys, it does not solve our problem. That's clock and count. And there's also unknowns, right? We still don't know enough about these kids. We still don't know about optimal behavioral interventions. We still don't know what existing meds can and should be optimized or combined. The missense patients don't qualify for an ASO. We got to work on the missense patients. We don't know how to find more patients. Where are all the SynGAPians hiding? We haven't done enough drug repurposing work. We found drugs to repurpose, but we now need to run some trials on them. How could we better support families? How can we coordinate globally? There's all of this work that we still need to do that the CAMP4 ASO does not solve. I love CAMP4. We're supportive of CAMP4. We want to see them be violently successful. But CAMP4 bringing an ASO to market does not mean it's the end. It's not the beginning of the end. It's the end of the beginning. And now we have to double down. The other question I get a lot when I start talking about fundraising and raising funds for Cure SynGAP1, people are like, Mike, why do we call it Cure SynGAP1? SynGAP Research Fund was cool. Everybody knew SynGAP Research Fund. Why'd you change it? SynGAP Research Fund started when Ashley and I thought that we just needed to fund science. And once we funded science and created an ASO, everything would take care of itself. Turns out that's not true. Turns out you need a patient advocacy group to organize patients, to coordinate clinicians and scientists, to build assets and share resources, to aggregate data. I talked a lot about this in episode 181. Go listen to episode 181. But Cure SynGAP1, guys, is our name because we are bigger than a fund. We are a patient advocacy group with one demand: Cure SynGAP1. And when we put it like that, people get it. So I am saying it to you. We need to cure SynGAP1. The way we do that is together. The way we do that is under one banner of Cure SynGAP1. And the way we do that is with cold, hard cash, people. Cold, hard cash, grants, salary, support for families, all the things. It takes money. So please, curesingap1.org/unlock. Help us raise funds and change the future for children with SynGAP1, mine and yours. Thanks so much for your support this year. It's November 9th. We have about 6 weeks left.